ashes, ashes, we all fall. My friend came to
visit me today. We grew up together.
His name is
Slappy. Would you like to play? Hey Cake Nieces, it's Marisha. My sister, she used to work at Kids R Us. She was able to get all of the Goosebumps books. I was of course watching the show. One of the most favorite characters is Slappy the Dummy. He's the one who summons all of the evil characters from the books. We're gonna do a Slappy cake. Now, I am not using a template. I have never done a face cake before. I literally woke up and said, Slappy. You guys are literally making this cake with me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel and press on the notification bell, and let's get started. That's a witch. That's a witch. Cake Nieces, I know I'm not the only one that this has happened to, where half of your cake is left in the pan. Fix it with some buttercream. Just fill that hole up, put it in the refrigerator, press it in there, then you can flip it over, and hey, you still got cake. I'm gonna start off by making an X on this cake so that I can mark where the features will go. You know, classic artistry. And make it more symmetrical. I'm cutting out the shape of Slappy's face. Above that middle line, I'm going to make the top of his eyes, and then below that middle line, I'm going to make the bottom half of his eyes. I used some cake to fill in the cheeks. I'm just kind of mushing it together. I had to use applesauce in this cake mix, so it's super moist, so I can just kind of mold everything. So once I have the brow bone molded and the cheeks molded, I hit it with a little bit of buttercream, refrigerated it, then added a whole nother layer of buttercream. At that point, I could really mold it and shape it with my hands. You can see where the eyes will be, the strong brow line, and then I used some fondant to create the nose shape. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the lines now so that I can adjust to where the lips will be. He has pretty plump lips, so I'm going to go ahead and put some thin fondant strands there now, and then add a small button of fondant over his chin because he does have a pointed chin. We can add our light tan colored fondant. It's just a little bit of yellow and brown gel dye. Use some fondant tools to go in between all of the crevices that you created, make it more detailed. And you know, I was so nervous because at this point it kind of looked like Jordan Peele, and I didn't know if it was going to be able to go back to Slappy. I'm just saying. Slappy is super shadowy, you know, so this is one of those dark moments where we just have to shade it. I pulled out my Airbrush Machine with some brown food dye in there, and I went around the cheeks to chisel them a little bit more, add some shadowiness to the eye sockets, and also shaded the nose to make it more of a button, more of a chiseled nose. Went around that chin, and he's got some gorgeous red plump lips. I was almost like jealous because his makeup is really immaculate. I painted that with some red gel color. I just can't imagine Slappy to have pure white teeth. Like, I don't think so. And whenever things are evil, they have a lot of teeth. So I made a lot of teeth. And then I used the lighter gray for the eyes. Now, guys, I'm not an eye person, so work with me. You're going to see a couple things happen here. I made some eyelids and I painted the perimeter black. I just went in with my fingers and shaped some nice arched eyebrows. Slappy has the eyebrows that you wish that you had. It's ridiculous. I went back to the eyes and carved out around the inside and the outside of the eyeball. I did trace on the head where I wanted his hair to go, and then I went in with a little bit of brown fondant, left the center open because, you know, I just wanted to see him bald for a second. Slappy's bald in the middle. He looks like a middle-aged man, doesn't he? He is a middle-aged man, I believe. Went in with 3 thick strips of fondant and molded it to his hairstyle. He's got a nice swoop situation. It's very dapper. He's a very dapper guy. Now his hair is a lot darker than this. It's like a chestnut brown. So I went in later on with some black mixed with brown airbrush, and I actually darkened his hair. So Scrappy is definitely scuffed up in the face. Scratch on his nose, on his chin, and on his forehead, which we can draw in. The eyes I wanted to save for last on purpose to bring this to life. So I just used some brown fondant. I used a piping tip as a cutter. And then I went over it with a little bit of gel dye and water, and then a black pupil. Now here I am airbrushing his hair to make it darker, and that brought Slappy to life.
Hello. Did you miss me?
What do you guys think of my Slappy cake? This is it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Leave all of your questions and comments below. Couture and a Slappy the Dummy cake. Bye, guys. His bow tie is coming off. Oh, his bow tie just fell. We're gonna be going to the mall later together. He wants some new bow ties. He's thinking of switching up the red. Just different patterns. I told him polka dots are always nice. Have a happy and safe Halloween, and to see my previous Halloween videos, click somewhere beside me and subscribe to this channel and my OMG Foodie channel. What am I gonna do with you, Slappy? Bite your cheek off, maybe?